Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Blockey Sports Network. We are here on this fine Sunday evening. It is race day in America, but we're not here for NASCAR. We're here for the Orlando Storm. One game tonight at the latest time slot possible. We have a game, obviously, between the San Francisco Stingray and Orlando, because we are in Orlando. Two of the weaker teams, I would say, in the league right now. Sam and Whale playing tonight, very important. I'm just going to quickly go over my roster notes. I believe both teams with their relatively full rosters, as far as I'm aware.
Is missing Baba Bobo.
Oh, Orlando is missing Baba Bobo. That is true. And all their goalies again, apparently. How does this keep happening? Oh, all right, never mind. So Orlando kind of showing up with a chopped roster. Yeah, voice in my head is telling me information. Sorry, guys, I have a little microchip. Orlando showing up with a bit of a chopped roster, and I believe San Francisco actually has their relatively full roster. It's enough talking about that. I believe San Francisco played, what, 2 games yesterday they had? I believe they won one, lost one?
Yes.
They dropped both. Right, okay. Did they... Oh, yeah, wait.
Wait, no. Stingray played once on Friday.
They beat Carolina,
right?
They beat Carolina.
Carolina both played too.
Stingray are on a 2-game winning streak right now.
2-game, right? Okay. Sorry, I did not come prepared, guys. Anyways, Demoni, I'm gonna go to you first. San Francisco, obviously on a 2-game winning streak, as mentioned by Mason. What do they need to do tonight to keep up the momentum?
This is a very streaky team, so it's really a 50-50 on whether they're gonna play well in this game. Top Rage is really the only player on that team who has shown any semblance of consistency throughout his career, and even that's only been the last couple seasons. But San Francisco really just a dice roll, and they could be on the downswing this game. Probably not, considering Orlando doesn't have like a goalkeeper. But then again, they were missing. They put Moncton in net, who has not played BHL in 2 seasons, and B was never a goalie at any point, and he still did fine. So, to answer your question, I don't know what they could do to keep up the momentum. Honestly, this team just, their players don't seem to take the game very seriously.
I actually agree with you. This team's kind of I remember there was issues at the beginning of the season with Top Rages and some other players with some weird content going on behind the scenes. Cannot go into it. Anyways, 30 seconds left. Let's get into predictions. I have 2 predictions tonight. So we're going to do game predictions, score predictions, and another prediction. Will Sam and Whale concede a goal tonight? Because he has actually yet to concede a goal on ice at all this season. So we'll start out with the money. I'll start with you.
This is classic Sammy the Whale. I'm going to go Stingrays 2-0.
All right, and does he concede a goal? Well, no. Actually, they went 2-0.
No.
Okay,
2-0.
Mason.
I'm gonna go Stingrays 3-1 Orlando. Ben does concede, and it's gonna be like one of those chopped like power play goals, like running on the ice.
Stan V.
I think it's also gonna be 3-1, but I think the goal's gonna fall on Top Rage's line.
All right, and I'm going to go 2-1 San Francisco. Ben does not concede a goal. And I'm going to hand it up to our commentary booth.
Hello. I'm magically up in the booth. Mess with out the draw. Almost gets a shot plugged with the counter attack. Misses fairly wide. Top Rages will collect it. He's challenged by Missia. Top Rages goes up the near boards. Molong's got a shot, but that doesn't reach the net. Lampier out of the corner, looking at the ice, sends that one way too far. Top Rages gets it, turns and passes, but the dish was off the mark. Top Rages looking up for Messwith. Takes him a couple attempts, but Messwith is able to carry it up the boards. He's in the Orlando corner now, looks to send it to the slot, and Wad Zero makes a nice grab in his first game as a goaltender. Here's Missia down the boards. Orlando looking for a sharp angle. Bagel swats that away. And he's forced out. Top Rages trying to send one up for Messwith. Try again and again. Top Rages is a very polished defenseman. And he has been for a couple seasons. I believe he's won either 1 or 2 Norris trophies. But just excellent play from him the past 2 or 3 seasons. He's really turned into a very polished player after being drafted as more of a question mark. He certainly fell. He was talented, but he fell because of attitude issues. But he's risen above those to become one of the best defensemen in the league. Here's Sammy the Whale, their secondary defenseman, looking for Siffin in the slot, and he whiffs. His second attempt is saved by Wad. Siffin still cooking with it, and he can't force it to the slot for Sammy the Whale. Sammy trying to cook at the blue line. It's stolen by Arden B. He'll look for the far side, but he didn't have the angle. Arden trying to go down the boards. Beats Sammy the Whale. Almost concedes his first of the season, but Arden, again, just didn't have the angle to shoot. Orlando not really taking a lot of these shots from the middle. And it looks like Cryo Justin will be taking the ice now for the Storm. And yeah, it doesn't look like they have enough players. And there's Sammy the Whale in the slot. And he's got the Stingrays first of the night. Any thoughts on that, Mason?
Oh, right. My fault, guys. I was muted. I'm actually coloring, by the way. No,
you.
Mason told me to. Did you want to?
Okay.
I'm on like
No,
900 ping. Help me.
Ah,
You got it. You got it.
okay. Yeah, my fault. I was muted for that. Yeah, I should have mentioned that earlier. But good pass there by Siffin. Kind of relatively simple, clean slot pass there. Orlando kind of with no defensive structure. I mean, with Cryo Justin on the ice, I love him. Cryo Justin and Ardex, love both of them, but like, you're not going to get a lot out of that. Arden B just kind of, obviously not much of a defensive player himself, so no surprises there.
Orlando definitely looking chopped tonight. Not much hope here with this roster, but hey, they're only down by 1. Not saying that that's not going to change, but it most likely will. Because they're certainly in a very bad position, but we have seen some crazy stuff. And I wouldn't put it out of the question. Here's Molong looking for a shot. Wad easily knocks that one aside. Mess with from the corner now. Look into the slot. And Wad gobbles that one up as Molong was crashing the net.
I know the possibility here that Orlando, you know, they could, anything's really possible. We've seen crazier upsets before, but I feel like this is going to be a very long night for Orlando. I just don't have a lot of hope already.
It definitely is. Ranked last as it is. Just not a very good team with their full roster. Even worse when they have got to play 3 subs. Here's Top Rage is up for Joe Dog making his BHL debut, and Mess with shot barely misses the mark. Missia for Orlando carrying it out of his own zone. He'll get it up for Arden B, but they still struggle to break it out of the neutral zone, and Lampier is forced back in. Badgers on the puck now. Doing some crazy moves on the boards, and he drives the net and is stopped by Cryo Justin.
Now, I was going to say the injury bug's kind of running wild a little bit on this Orlando team as well. Obviously, a couple goalies out. All of their goalies. They have 3 goalies signed. They've played, or at least have 3 goalies. Swaymark, Lil Wall, and obviously Moncton, all out tonight with the injuries. Brandon reporting being a little sick on the bench as well, down with the lag disease. So just a lot of issues. Because obviously I'd play Brandon over Wad, or not Wad. I'd play Brandon over what's his face, Cryo Justin.
Cryo Justin, yeah.
Like I said,
I'd play him over Bugs too.
Yeah, I'd play him over a lot of people, but obviously again, lag disease. Something going on in Orlando.
That's a big chance for Siffin that's knocked away by Cryo Justin, who is not having. He's definitely playing like a replacement level player, but he's knocked a couple pucks out of the way.
That is true. Definitely true.
He's got to be nice to Moni.
He's doing his best out there.
He's doing his best. He's doing his best. Anyway, we're back here up on the desk for our first intermission. Connecty, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions. Well, Stan V, we're going to go to you first. You played defense, I think, the first couple seasons of your career. That's correct, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, Orlando's defensive structure out there is looking horrible. So, any advice you would like to give them, or, anything you do that maybe they could learn from, to help their defensive structure out there?
I mean, I think overall they should have like a person marking. I mean, the first goal that was scored was because Cryo Justin was on the ice, and no hate to Cryo Justin, I love that guy, but he's very inexperienced and has not been in BHL level, and then he has to be there on the line with Sif and Simon Duel, and that's not, it's not where you want to be as Cryo Justin. So I think that they should probably just have their defense structured well. I mean, at least Lamp and Ardex are pretty experienced now. They're getting better. They're improving. I think they just have to work on keeping them on and fixing their LCs, because their LCs have been looking a bit rough, I'm not gonna lie. And they got some shots near the later part in the period, so maybe they can do something here. I've seen a few shots from Arden B. I just think they need to improve their LCs and have more power on defense, keep them on the forward, on the passes. They can maybe do something.
Maybe do something. I agree. Not a lot of time here. Mason, I know you're lagging a little bit there, but anything, San Francisco could do to keep running their momentum going into this next period?
I think right now I'm seeing a lot more confidence out of their, I'm not really depth pieces, but their starters like Badgers. I mean, how often do we really get to see him, take advantage of a weaker line that he's going against? As long as they keep, keeping up that pressure and not playing down to their competition, I think that they can steamroll their way through the second period and close it out in the third.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I'm going to send it back up to the money now for our second period.
Money, you're muted.
Hello. I'm here at the booth. It took me a little while to get up here, but we're back. It's definitely a long walk. We've got Orlando's a big arena. Apologies, I'm a little out of breath. Here's Lampier in his own zone. Mess with, trying to forecheck him. He'll get it up for Missia, though. Missia facing the great wall of top rages. Able to get by him, though, into the corner, but can't generate any offense out of it. Still on the forecheck is Missia. Able to get it out of the corner, bugged in the slot, waiting for it, but it's pinged out by Molong. Molong definitely a standout pro contract, or one of the new pro contracts here in this free agency, as Sammy the Whale's got a big chance, and Wad says no. What a save from Wad.
Good save from Wad there. Obviously does not play goalie at all. Was, I believe, the first overall pick as a forward, I believe, or a defenseman. But he plays skater, not goalie, so definitely having to stretch his muscles a little bit. Oh, Warren Meyer told me he has actually played goalie before in JBHL.
He was, yes, you are correct. He did goalie a little bit in JBHL, but obviously it's not his primary position. Sammy the Whale finds Siffin in the slot. He's got a chance. And Juan, once again, comes up huge for this Storm team. Siffin out of the corner. Stolen by Arden B. Arden and Oridex work their way up the ice. A bit of an unorthodox positioning there, but they were able to get something going for a minute. Here's Siffin out of the corner. Does a nice back. Gets past Cryo Justin behind the Storm net. Still hasn't gotten any shots or anything, and it's cleared out. Arden chasing down Sammy now. Sammy the Whale up the boards. Defeated by Bugged. I believe it's Bugged, I'm not sure. Arden. Big series of pullbacks, looking for a cheeky little shot from behind the net. Doesn't land it. Sammy the Whale the other way for Siffin. And it's pinged away by Wad. Missia now carrying it up the boards.
Another chance there by San Francisco. They had a lot of good chances that period, but they keep shooting it directly into the center of the net where Wad is. And another chance there that Messwith just... Or, yeah, Messwith just misses.
And an even bigger whiff. But I was saying earlier, Molong, a bit of a slow burner in the NAMHL. was drafted way back in S19, I believe, and is just now making his debut as a starter for this season. It's a long road, but he's earned his spot. Molong for Messwith, and San Francisco has their second. Messwith connects after the whiff, and it's 2-0 Stingrays.
You can almost call that a tactical whiff there. I mean, threw up, confused the entire Orlando team there, and then P3 with an absolute laser far side there on Wad 0. Some pretty good passes from San Francisco as well, and I think, Messwith getting his redemption there after missing the wide open chance he had earlier. But these two teams are playing very sloppy, I'll be honest with you. Definitely Orlando more than San Francisco, but San Francisco getting a good amount of chances. They're just not able to convert on them. Again, finally able to convert there on a weird, messy play there.
I mean, I think they're getting an okay amount of chances. I mean, you'd like to see them abuse Orlando's bad players better, but
it's a really good block by Top Rangers there, by the way.
Yeah, you don't really have to. I mean, it doesn't look like they're trying their hardest. Their heart's not in it, but the Storm are just way too injured. Here's a shot for Bug that's saved by Bagel. Big chance for the Storm, and it's stuff like that that really proves my point that San Francisco is just their heart's not really in it. They're not trying their hardest. And I think Orlando could take advantage of that for a cheeky goal or two as Ordex blasts one right into Sammy the Whale.
Yeah, I agree with that
on the
take.
board. Sammy the Whale for Siffin, and it's 3-0 Stingrays.
These two connect again. This time Siffin, I believe the first time around. Actually, it was Siffin passing to Sammy the Whale, or it was the opposite the first time. But Siffin with a nice pass, Sammy the Whale, another slot goal there. Not much Wad can do, and not much the team can really do. I guess, Orlando should be playing some better defense, but I want to go back to your point about San Francisco not really having their heart in it. I kind of do agree. They're just kind of out there, just kind of skating around. I feel like if Orlando maybe, had a goalie in net, able to play their full roster, Wad 0 as a skater, I feel like they'd be a little bit better. That team, they had Moncton in net last time, and I believe their full skater core. They took Boston to overtime, and Boston's obviously one of the top-end teams in the league.
Here is Arden B off the draw. Looking to get something going, but it's sent back up by Arden. Or sorry, Badgers. Sammy the Whale for Siffin in the slot again. They just can't stop connecting on those passes. Well, I mean, they don't connect to that time because Siffin whiffed a little too fast, but they get him off and they get him through the defense too.
Very hard to get it through
very
the.
Strange.
There's a big cryo Justin shaped hole in the defense though, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Here's a big chance for Arden B. It's swatted away by Sammy the Whale, making sure he doesn't concede. Keeps his stat. Missia down the ice as Sammy the Whale hops on the bench. Siffin from deep is saved by Wad. Badgers will chase, and he'll collect it from the corner now. Nobody hits it for a little while. Weird phenomenon there. It's sent back for Messwith by Arden B. Cryo Justin crouching on the boards, making sure Messwith doesn't get anything to go. And that'll be it for the second period. 3-0 Stingrays as Sammy the Whale and Siffin connect again. And Connecty, this has been an unlikely duo this season. Sammy the Whale and Siffin, both very, very memed in the community. But they just seem to have so much chemistry together.
Absolutely. It's the very strange, unlikely duo. Obviously, again, like you said, both players got memed on for their own reasons. Siffin last season quitting after being benched because he was not very good. I was on that team where he was benched, and I can confirm he was not very good. Benched and then quit the rest of the season, out with an undisclosed injury, but he came back, and he's better than ever this season. Sammy the Whale, obviously, longtime player of this league, and honestly, he gets memed on, but I think it's more just a bit more than him actually being bad. He's just been a steady player all these seasons, but I think he's finally found, he's found his footing in some time, some seasons. With Ohio, I can remember, but he's really found his footing here with, again, Siffin. Strange player to really find his footing with. But we'll go to Mason first. You know, you're a Ben expert, I would say, right? You know, what do you think has changed in his play style to make it work with a player like Siffin on his line?
I mean, Ben is just one of those players. He can be like the
Said
glue.
that with hate in his voice.
Yeah, you kind of did say that with hate in your voice. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm
Yes,
quite
you can,
laggy.
you can.
Okay, because I'm on like 1,000
Perfectly
ping in.
clear.
All right, I'm on like 1,000 ping in game. But Sammy the Whale, he's like the glue. He's the foundation of this Stingray team. He definitely brings the vibes. He brings the energy. And honestly, I think that Siffin kind of needs a player like him. I mean, they both are very puck dominant. They're both very random, but for some reason it like clicks. You know what I'm saying?
It's just sometimes players, unlikely duos will just click, and it's really strange how that happens sometimes. Stan V, hand it over to you. Orlando's kind of dead in the water. Anything they can do to really build any momentum or just maybe go into the next game they have with a little bit of high hopes.
I mean, they have to, I guess, just turn off their defense even more and go full offense. They have like no support core, so like they can't even really cover the slot for their defenders. So they just have to go all out in attack at this point to score some goals.
Definitely a good take. The money, hand it to you for our third period.
Final period underway. Mess with Molong and Top Rages. This first line for San Francisco. Molong getting a shot. I believe that was Molong. Getting a shot from deep. That grazes the near post. Here's Missia out from his own zone. He's got bugged open on the cross. A few Stingrays in between him, but they weren't exactly waiting for that pass. Lampier up for Missia again. Mess with challenging him. P3ing one up the boards for Top Rages. Sent back to him though, and Missia will carry it into the corner. Missia for the slot, and it's pinged out by Messwith. Sorry, Messwith and Missia. A lot of M names on the ice right now. Molong for the third one there. Top Rages looking for Molong at the point, but it goes too far. Lampier carrying it up the boards for Orlando now. Bagel comes out of his net to play it as Lampier hit a little too far. Could have capitalized on that had he been quick on his feet, but Stingrays remain without concession, conceding a goal. Orlando hasn't scored. That's what I'm trying to say.
Still has not scored because their offense is really bad right now.
I agree. The only chances they've gotten have been on really bad Stingrays mistakes. Just because the Stingrays are kind of a sloppy team.
Yeah, this is a very sloppy game. This is what we see though. This is our Tank Bowl-esque games. I mean, this is a Tank Bowl after all. So, you know, like I said, but San Francisco really haven't had, like, they really haven't needed to play like 100%. But they should be, but, you know, they're just not. Without Wad Zero on that first line too, it's kind of just rough for Orlando. Obviously, Missia scrimming a lot with Wad Zero, and there's a goal there by Sammy the Whale. Started to talk over it.
Sammy the Whale in the slot, unassisted this time. Siffin was there. He was giving him support, verbal support. You know, you don't always have to pass your teammate the puck to assist them.
Exactly. And Sammy the Whale has 3 points on the night, by the way.
It is 4-0 Stingrays.
Just, I mean, I don't really know. I don't have a lot to say about that goal. Just, I don't know what the hell Orlando is doing. They have no defense, no offense, no passion, no nothing going on right now. They're skidding around with, like, looking like headless chickens out there. Or Siffin last season, which is strange that they're letting him beat him this time. But, I mean, it's just, they can't really do a lot. Obviously, with Brandon at the undisclosed injury on the bench and undisclosed injury to all 3 of their goalies mysteriously falling victim. Maybe KP football has something to do with this.
Yeah, KP football. The Algerian Pirates got all of the Orlando's goalies as well. Here's Siffin from out behind the net. And he can't connect with Sammy the Whale. Badgers from deep looking for a shot. Saved by Wad. He'll drop it into the corner for Wardex. Wardex looking to clear the zone. He will, but not for long. Sammy the Whale's got a shot from deep. That's saved by Missia. This second line for Orlando is getting eaten alive by Sammy the Whale and Siffin. And Badgers. Badgers is doing well too.
Never thought I'd hear that out of anybody's mouth, though.
But Badgers in himself is kind of a beam. He's just the ones merchant. He's the ones guy. He's the guy who will leave in the middle of a scrim to Q1s.
Did not know
There's a
that.
big stretch pass for Meswith. Picked off by Missia, though.
You know, I don't want to talk all bad about Orlando. Wad Zero has done just basically everything he can. He's not played that bad in that, to be honest, at all. A lot of the chances have been slot passes and just P3s from in deep that are hard to save. So, he's doing exactly what he can. It's just unfortunate he has absolutely no support, no help.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely been serviceable. He's made the saves he needs to. I don't think he entirely knows the slot tech as a goalie, as well as a BHL level goalie would. But he is certainly. I mean, it's not like he's doing bad either. There's a
No,
big
he's
save
not
for
doing bad.
Bagel.
He's doing literally what he can. There's nothing else he can really do.
Top Rages and Meswith team up to carry it up the ice, and Meswith almost gets a shot, but it's defended well by Lampier. Lampier behind his own net. Still pestered by Meswith. Meswith trying to contain him, but Lampier gets the P3 off. Looking for Bugged, but Badgers intercepts. Badgers from deep. Can't connect. And it's up for Bugged now. He's got a lane to the net. Knocked away by Badgers. Badgers down the ice, 30 seconds left for San Francisco here. He'll go all the way, and it's knocked away by Lampier just before he can get the shot off. Badgers from behind the net looking for Siffin. It would be really funny if San Francisco conceded now.
I
but
agree.
I think it's pretty unlikely. Here's Sammy the Whale. Snaps his neck 180 degrees to P3 that one.
Might injure himself with that. He needs to be careful.
Oh, absolutely. Here's Oridex. Just looking to kill off the remainder of this game, and he will. San Francisco take it in a dominating fashion. 4-0 is your final score here from Orlando, and that'll be it for tonight. Just one game, and we'll be back for week 4 on Wednesday. Any final words from you, Connecting?
Orlando sucks. And that was a pretty terrible game. I'm not going to